If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop.
In a world already strained by geopolitical tensions, a new flashpoint is emerging. This time between two unlikely adversaries, the United States and Nigeria. President Donald Trump has ignited global controversy with a series of explosive statements targeting Africa's most populous nation. On Truth Social, Trump declared that he had instructed the US Department of Defense to prepare for possible military action in Nigeria. His words were sharp, unmistakable. Any strike, he said, would be fast, vicious, and sweet.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about, and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. These are cherished people. These are great people. Leave them alone. Warning. The Nigerian government better move fast before it's too late. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
As the president stated, Michael, if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the United States will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may take action to wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities, especially against innocent women and children. I don't have any further announcements on that for you today, but I can assure you the President of the United States is watching this situation unfold very closely, as is our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio.
The trigger? What Trump describes as mass killings of Christians by radical Islamist groups in northern and central Nigeria. He framed the situation as a moral crisis, claiming that Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. And with that, he escalated diplomatic pressure, labeling Nigeria as a country of particular concern for religious freedom violations, a designation that carries weight under US law. But what lies beneath this rhetoric? And how has Nigeria responded? Nigeria's officials swiftly rejected the claims. They argue that violence in the country affects all faiths, Christians, Muslims, and others, and is driven by complex regional factors, not religious persecution alone. From farmer-herder conflicts to organized crime and climate stress, the roots of Nigeria's insecurity run deep.
There are some conspiracy theories about even the purpose of this announcement by the President Trump. But we don't believe in rumor or hearsay. We believe the President of America should listen to good voices from this country, reliable and honest voices from this country, and rethink over this his so-called decision.
China, the European Union, ECOWAS, that's the Economic Community of West African States, they have all rebuked Trump's threats. Their message is clear. Religion must not be used as a pretext for military intervention. Analysts warn that any US strike would face serious legal and strategic hurdles, including congressional approval and international scrutiny. Nigeria, a nation of over 220 million people, is roughly evenly split between mostly Christian South and a Muslim majority North. It is home to myriad conflicts, many of which kill indiscriminately. Experts say the violence often lacks clear religious boundaries, making blanket accusations dangerously simplistic.
Mr. Trump has interior motive. It's not to our own advantage. There are more to it. So I think, if you ask me, I advise Mr. President, our President, Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, to find a political solution to it.
In the face of rising tensions, Nigeria is choosing diplomacy over confrontation. The Nigerian government on Tuesday said the constitution did not allow religious persecution after US President Donald Trump's threatened military intervention over the killing of Christians in the country. Local governors are calling for calm and constructive dialogue, urging the US to support Nigeria's newly developed national security strategy, a plan aimed at combating banditry and terrorism across affected regions.
This, Nigeria's constitutional commitment to religious freedom and rule of law. All the answers are in there. And this is what guides us. And this is what shows that it's impossible for there to be a religious persecution that can be supported in any way, shape, or form by the government of Nigeria at any level, be it federal, be it regional, be it local. It's impossible.
Analysts have criticized Trump's stance as being based on outdated intelligence, reaffirming that Nigeria's insecurity affects all citizens, not just Christians. Claims of a Christian genocide have been pushed in recent years by separatist groups in the southeast, adding another layer of complexity to the narrative. But people are getting affected by it.
When you talk about killing in place like Plateau, in place like Benue, where you have almost 80% of their population as Christian, then if you are now saying it's not genocide, then you are not being fair.
Nigeria's designation as a country of particular concern by the US State Department is not new, but it has taken on new urgency. In March 2025, the US House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Africa approved measures urging sanctions on Nigeria, citing its failure to protect Christian minorities. The 2024 US Country Report on Human Rights Practices for Nigeria paints a troubling picture. Ongoing attacks by armed groups, bandits, extremists, and insurgents have disproportionately affected minority communities. That's what they say. While the Nigerian government has taken steps to investigate abuses, prosecution and accountability remain rare. So, the report also highlights broader civil liberties concerns. Authorities have arrested journalists and protesters, raising alarms about freedom of expression. There are documented cases of arbitrary arrests, torture, and the use of child labor, particularly in conflict zones. In 2024, Nigeria faced rising inflation and deepening poverty. These economic pressures fueled protests and unrest, which the government met with crackdowns on dissent. Violence in the northwest and north-central regions often stems from land disputes and resource competition, but these are frequently framed through religious or ethnic lenses, complicating the narrative.
I believe that we are giant Africa. We have soldiers who they can go to neighboring country to fight for them. But what is happening in our country? So what Donald Trump is saying is true. People are dying and it's getting out of hand. So if we believe that they should not come, we should do something about it.
Nigerian officials reject claims of persecution, citing poverty, climate stress, and crime as root causes of violence affecting all communities. They urge cooperation over coercion and seek renewed US engagement to ease tensions and protect sovereignty. This standoff tests global diplomacy, raising questions about religion in foreign policy and the limits of force. Nigeria warns it must not become another Sudan. That's all we have in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We will see you next week with more raging issues. Until then, it's goodbye from all of us in the Delhi newsroom. This is Mark Lynn signing off. Take care and stay safe.